All right. Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to Sclair Brothers YouTube channel. My name is Craig. You may also know me from Right Coast Creative, the prop shop on Etsy. Today I want to do a quick tutorial and show you how to make one of these. It's Phoebe style proton pack switch, on-off switch. And it's pretty simple to do. Down in the description of this video, I will have files where you can 3D print your own cover here, switch cover, and switch for a standard single position on-off rocker switch. So it's pretty simple. First thing we gotta do is take out the stock switch, rocker itself. And the easiest way I found to do this is with an X-Acto knife, and you kind of get it underneath the edge here and rotate it so you cut the little tabs on this switch here. So I'll put it down on the bench here, and I'm just gonna snip those ears of the switch there. Then once that's done, should be able to, there we go. Once that's done, I should be able to take the screwdriver and just pop the switch cover off a little bit. Oh, got a little bit of a tab left there. There we go. Cut it off that time. So yeah, now that those tabs are cut, I should be able to put the screwdriver here and pop the rocker switch off. And just be careful because there's lots of little parts inside here. First thing you're gonna notice, and I'm gonna put this down gently, is inside the rocker is this little spring and a little cylinder that goes over the spring. Now this is the retention inside the switch cover itself within the switch. So we're gonna cut that down. And what we need to do is take this spring here. You can see it's really small. It's a little too long for our new insert switch right there. And we're gonna need to cut it down to 10.5 millimeters. Fortunately, I got a little marking here on my bench, so I will just snip it right here real quick. All right, 10.5 millimeters is our little spring and the little bullet cap here. So it should be that. And the next thing we'll want to do is, this one's ready to go. Take that and stick it in the end. You can see it's got a little hole here in the end. So it's kind of stick in here if it doesn't want to stick to my finger. Down in here. And I'm just going to push it down on the bench a little bit. Make sure that spring and that piston seat good with inside the rocker switch right there. You can kind of see it. All right, so the next thing we want to do is we have our switch disassembled, and inside here is the little lever, the on-off portion that rocks back and forth down inside. It's going to be really tough to see in here right now, but there's a little contact position, and the switch kind of goes in there and it will rock back and forth with our new rocker. Before we do that, I'm getting a little bit ahead of ourselves. We're going to need to wire a JST XH connector. I think it's XH, JST XH connector. This is going to be the on-off switch for your HasLab Proton Pack. And we're going to need to wire it to our terminals on the switcher. So first thing I'm going to do is just going to kind of pre-solder. I'm going to throw some safety glasses on here. I had a bad experience as a child soldering. Yes, I said child. I think I was maybe 13 or 14, and I was working on an electronics project, and the solder jumped on me, and it got stuck to my eyeball. I wasn't wearing safety glasses. So ever since then, you do it once, you won't do it again. And we're just gonna put a little bit of solder here on the contacts, tinning the solder, tinning the wire and the switch, and then I'm going to go ahead and just attach connection point there, and we're stuck. Now we got that. I'm going to throw my heat shrink that I had already put on the wires over the end of the terminals here. Then we'll just melt the heat shrink. All right, so now that I have the wiring onto the switch cavity in here, we want to install the little switch cover. Now, this is another 3D printed piece. And I forgot to mention that the rocker switch that I have is also 3D printed. And I know I mentioned it in the beginning of the video, but the files would be down below. You can grab them for free off my website, just to help you guys out. We're gonna use a little bit of CA glue, and I'm just gonna put it on the inside ridge of the switch cover here. Just nice and lightly, nothing crazy. We don't wanna have super glue everywhere, so just a little bit around the edges. And then I'm just gonna take the activator and I'm gonna spray the outside of the cover here. Just so as soon as I put the switch on the cover, hold it down, 1, 2, 3. That should be secure. It's on top of that switch now. Not gonna go anywhere. We make sure there's no excess glue coming out, and then we use the activator, so it's pretty much an instantaneous bond. Don't get this stuff on your fingers, because that'll be a bad day. A really, really bad day. So anyway, we have the switch empty cavity. We're gonna take the lever here, this little metal lever, and I'm gonna use a pair of tweezers. And this is part you're just gonna have to kind of trust me when I say when you look inside, there's a little pin there on the inside. You're not gonna be able to see it now. But you gotta take this little guy here, and just get it right in the right spot. So this might take a few tries. It's always fun to get it lined up. Oh, hey, look, second try. Second try's in there. Again, I'll try to show you without losing it. Yeah, you're not gonna see that in there. All right, now this is the other tricky part. We wanna make sure we don't lose the spring in the piston here when we put it in. This might take a few tries as well, but I've done a few of these. And then our screw that holds it all in. This is an M2 by 12 millimeter screw. Kind of goes in there. Yahtzee. On. That's actually off. That's on. That's off. So if you look at the switch here, the sides with the terminals, this side here, when the lever is pointed down towards this side, that's the off position, and that will be the on position. So when you're in the pack and you flip it towards you, that's kind of how it looks. And the last thing we're gonna have to do is test it here on my bench test Proton pack. Now this here is the stock HasLab Proton pack. This came out of my pack, but I'm now running Ninja Tunes, so I built this little contraption. It's got the lights, the speaker. I can test a variety of different projects that I build and work on with it. And the next thing we're gonna do is flip the switch. The lights are red and blue, not green. So, off. On. There we go. Pretty quick and simple DIY Phoebe style HasLab switch. I guess you can use it for anything. You can build a custom kit with it. They're pretty simple. JST connector, regular switch, and then a couple 3D printed pieces. Again, these will be down in the description of the video. This is probably one of my first of many one-day builds, so enjoy it. We'll see you guys in the next video. I got some cool stuff coming. Thanks.
Oh my God, the Scoleri brothers!